Folks, how's it going out there? Rooster here in Tennessee, and one of two of these custom Fatboy two driving 2879Cs. Now, I was hesitant to even do a video on this because I can't properly test it, and you're not going to see the numbers that we'll see on a proper power supply. It's been held back quite a bit, so I do want to say that out the gate. Even that said, somebody probably will be in the comments saying something about the power output, but we are definitely going to be starving this amp for power. I would recommend a minimum of 200 amps to a 250 amp power supply to run this on a base, or on a mobile, have a good size alternator and plenty of battery power, super caps, what have you. So I had two of these built. One was initially going to be for myself to keep and put in a mobile, and I'm going to end up having to get another one for myself because both of these actually sold. Let a customer talk me out of them. So one went to one customer and one going to another one. This one's for Mr. Tim. Again, guys, it's just going to be a function test to make sure the amp is working, putting out power, functioning. It's going to be choked back. We're only running a 150 amp power supply, and we're only plugged into a standard wall outlet. So usually about 1600 watts peak and around 750 average is about the most we can see out of stuff here. Sometimes the PEP will be a little bit higher, but the average power is usually around 750 or so. Now, if these guys didn't mind waiting, I do plan to have a 600 amp power supply next week on a 50 amp plug so I can start testing some of these larger amps, but I don't expect the customer to wait a week or 2 weeks for me to ship their amp out. So let's go ahead and test this thing, make sure it's at least working before it goes out of here, but I do expect these to do a lot more power when the customer actually gets their hands on them. So the deal with these is they're in a 16 pill cabinet, 4 fans on top. Had it built so you can get long-winded on it, because myself, I plan on doing a lot of talking on these, and I'm gonna have one built just like it to replace these two that sold. So you can get long-winded and talk. You got some options over here. You've got a variable, which I may end up not having a variable put in mine. I may just end up getting it straight done. It might be the one thing that I do change, but you can run 2-pill section, 2 2879 standards, 8-pill section, 8 2879Cs. You can run them individually. You can run them together. So let's show what they do individually. And I don't even know if there's any point in showing average. We've got a 2500 watt slug in here. Hello. That's about 100 watts average with the 2-pill section. And hello, audio. That's probably about what, 400 PEP, three and some change PEP. So that's what the driver section's doing, and even that is not hitting the box as hard as it can be hit. I mean, these amps, I had these designed so you could do some serious talking on them and not worry about heat or anything like that. You got 4 fans. You've got some headroom in the driver section. You can hit the drivers with a 50-60 watt radio. Then you've got plenty of headroom in the output section because your driver transistors aren't sitting there knocking the hell out of the 8 Cs the whole time. We are at 15 volts for the test, by the way. So now what I want to do is just go to the 8 2879Cs by itself. Hello, audio 1 2 3, audio 1 2 3. Now we're looking at that top scale, so that's about 750 watts PEP. About 250 average. So everything's pretty on par with what we'd expect up until now, because we can easily run the 2-pill section and the 8-pill section by themselves. Now where we're going to start starving for power is running them both together here. So again, guys, keep in mind the output numbers are not going to be that impressive considering what we've got in front of us here. Customer gets it. I definitely expect it to come on up and come alive if they have the proper amount of power supply or alternator and battery combination. But we're just testing it to make sure it does work before it leaves. And we'll do the same with the other one. We'll do it right after this one. Okay, so we're on average power. We're still looking at that top scale. Hello, audio, audio, ooh, audio. 11111 audio. Almost 750 with the right tone, but hanging around that 650 to 700 ballpark. Hello. Dropping our power supply pretty bad over here. You guys can see. Hello. So that just tells you we're running out of juice 100%. The power supply is starving from the wall. We've only got, like I said, a regular plug that it's plugged into. So it's actually starving for power itself, which in turn starves our amp out. But PEP, I think almost every 8-pill I've ever had come in here has done like 1,500 to 1,700 watts PEP. Hello, audio, 1, 2, 3. There you go, 1,500 PEP. Now, like I said, I definitely expect this to be a 2 kW box once the customers get it there, depending on what radio they hit it with. Voltage, you want to stay at 15 or less because the drivers are 2879 standards. But again, output number is not that impressive. But considering what we've got going, I don't think that's too bad at all. We'll come up. Obviously, if you do the math, 750 watts average. If we weren't starving for power, the PEP would probably be around 1900. And that's with our voltage drop going on. I mean, we were dropping almost a whole volt. And with the 2879Cs being kind of volt hungry, that 1 volt doesn't seem like a lot, but these things really need to be at 15 volts anyway, the 2879Cs. So when you start getting below that, you start seeing a pretty steep fall off. But let's see if our variable makes a difference just for kicks. Let's see how much it turns back to. Audio 1, 2, 3. Audio 1, 2, 3. Audio 1, 2, 3. Audio 1,200, 1,250, something like that. So it does cut back a little bit. The reason I sold the second one is I don't have the project ready yet, the mobile project. So I thought about it. I'm like, man, I really don't want to sell it and have to order another one. But if that was the only thing I was waiting on was the one of these to go in the mobile, I probably wouldn't have sold it. But since it's going to be a little while, still have to do alternators and antennas and all that good stuff. So it's going to be a while. I figured, what the heck, go ahead and sell the other one and just order one for myself. But I'm just going to replace these two. I'm going to get another one. So if somebody's interested in one of these, you want one just like these, let me know, and I can order a couple at a time. Just shoot me a text, 423-299-3535. I really like the way these turned out. Like I said, I wish I had the big power supply sitting in front of me and the 50 amp line so we could really properly test them. But a function test is better than no test at all. Amps do arrive DOA sometimes, and I do like to make sure that, if they arrive DOA here, that's the last place they make it to. They don't make it out to the customer dead. So we like to take care of that here if that situation does come up. Good amps. I love the 16-pill cabinet, 4 fans. I just think this will be like a really bulletproof amp and serve the customer well for a long time. All right, guys. Rooster in Tennessee. Again, sorry I couldn't show you full output, but is what it is. Got to deal with our limitations there. Questions, comments, shoot me a text, 423-299-3535. The next video I'll do on one of these, it'll be rather quick. We'll just do just a quick output test and cut out all the jibber jabber. Y'all have a good one. Rooster in Tennessee. See you. Bye.